Today's topic is stop your karmic cycle. Universe always give you a chance. If you are someone who's worrying about your karma, your ancestral karma, and then you wonder, like, is there any way to stop getting into your karma, or is it always a punishment, or is it always something you're gonna suffer from, maybe like unexpectedly it's hitting you, and so on and so forth. I have a good news for you, that actually you're always going to have a chance. What does it mean? To have a choice, basically. The universe don't want to punish you just like that. They always gonna show you, like, okay, do you choose this or do you choose that? Then that's how you're gonna receive your karma. So before you actually receiving your karma, you're gonna present a choice, like, do you also going to fall to the sin, or you gonna keep your cool and then you choose the right? So what is the right thing and what is a sin? You know, like Adam and Eve kicked out of paradise. Anyway, so what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing? Some people say, oh, there is no such a thing as wrong and right because everything is perspective, so on and so forth. But there is some laws in the universe, and there are certain actions which actually considered sin, like also through karma, the law of karma. So let's go through these steps, like what actually are sins, and then when you presented this choice, I want to make sure that you actually choose the right thing, so you're not getting into your karmic pattern, but you resolve your karma for good, and then you can live your life happily. Okay? So the first thing you need to remember is not doing karmic cause. What does it mean, karmic cause? Basically, not provoking the other person to fall into karmic debts. You're going to understand this better when we're going through the rest of the karmic debts, because then you're going to see, like, what actions you shouldn't provoke, right? Okay, so the next one is lying. We shouldn't lie. We should say always the truth. Of course, you can hold back the truth if you don't want to spread all the information to people. So if someone is asking you a question and then you don't want to say the truth, you just say it like, I don't want to share this information with you, or I don't feel like this is appropriate to share with you the information, and so on and so forth. Or you can even ask back a question like, why do you think, is it so important to you, or how is that makes you feel? Or, you know, you can turn it around, you can shift it around. You know, sometimes people ask, like, am I looking ugly in this dress? You know, and then you don't want to say like, yeah, this dress is not the best for you. Might you say, oh, some people would love it and maybe some people won't. How you feel in this dress, okay? So you can actually turn it into the person to make their own choices instead of asking you and then getting you into an uncomfortable situation, right? So after lies comes, the next one is the anger, harsh words, violence, and killing. This is like in one group. So we don't want to be angry towards others, and we don't want to use harsh words and, you know, abuse others and also kill. So the killing here, not just about humans, is about animals as well, even an ant. So you would say, oh, I stepped on so many ants, so now I'm carrying a karmic debt. Yes, you do. So what's the solution? Being in forgiveness mode. I assume you kind of talking to the universe sometimes if you're watching this, or you pray at least once a day. So just put a forgiveness part into your prayer on a daily basis. So that means you are in a forgiveness mode. So you say, dear universe, please forgive me for all the sins I have done this lifetime and past lives. So that would include killing an ant, right? I also have, in my meditation library, I also have karmic depth release meditations for all of these sins if you feel like you want to dive deeper in your karma healing. So let's continue. So after we clear this one, then the next one is intoxication. What does it mean? Toxifying your body. It means taking drugs, drinking alcohol, not in moderation, basically, but like getting drunk. Also, you can intoxify yourself with certain substance, you know, and even with watching things which are very unhealthy for you, which you know is causing you stress and anxiety, but you're still watching it, you know, and is not good for your health. So basically all of those causing the intoxication, karmic debts for you. And the next one is jealousy and competition. You would wonder like, and then the gossip. So jealousy, competition, gossip, these three. You would say like, okay, you heard that the gossip is not good, right? Talking about someone behind their back. Also, jealousy is not good, and envy, because we want to feel complete within ourselves, and then we want everyone to win. So we are not jealous of them. We should like be influenced by them, or how can I say this? Feeling the urge to look up to them to like reach the goals what they reached, and then look at the things how they operated, so you can maybe copy those things, so it can actually help you with your self-development. So that's how you should treat things when you would instead of feeling jealous, just think why you're feeling that way, why you feel like you need to be jealous of that person, something wrong with you, of your thinking about yourself, you don't feel complete, or you don't feel happy about yourself, or why are you having this feeling? So you can dive into deeper, like why you have this kind of emotions. And then the gossip, as I said, it's a not nice action. So you should stop gossiping about others. It's better to talk about yourself, or about your family, or your dreams, or whatever your plans, instead of gossiping about other people. Or maybe ask the other person how they feel, who you having the conversation with. So just limit the conversation about yourself, about the person who you are with, and not about others who's not present, right? And then the competition. People feel like competition could be healthy when they actually want to improve. But again, we encourage the action of more like working together, making teams, collaborating, instead of competing, right? I realized it very often in my career, that when I actually collaborating with others, it gives so much benefits for myself and for my clients as well, because I bring new informations to the table, new techniques into the table. Also, I got in front of new people who needs my service. So collaboration is much better than to compete alone, basically, because that takes much more energy. And then it also has that negative emotions, like I want to win no matter what. And it's just a different thing. And then when you collaborating, you balancing out everything, you have less stress, you have less, how can I say, less anxiety, because you work together, you support each other, and then in a nice way. So what's the next one? The next one is sexual misconduct. So what is sexual misconduct? Thinking and doing sexual misconduct basically means that you have sexual thoughts, or you do sexual actions with people who are not your partner, or who has partners, right? So basically, if you are a single and you're doing it with a single, or thinking about a single, that's completely fine. But if you are married and you think about someone else, then you're causing already the karmic depths of sexual misconduct. The same thing if you are single, but the other person is married and you think about that person, again, you're causing sexual misconduct. And then in this way, the other person who's also married and thinking about you kind of, and then you encouraging that person to think about you, that means you also doing karmic cause towards that person, because you are encourage them to think of you sexually while they are still married, okay? So this is also a huge thing. I believe it's all over the place, and then people don't even know about it, or they don't even know how much they actually pay in karma for this. I will talk more about this situation in another video later on, about love and about how to deal with heart callings, and is it actually really the calling of your heart, or what is happening, right? And then let's move on to the next one, is being disrespectful. You would think it's really clear, right? You shouldn't be disrespectful to your parents, to your siblings, to your teachers, mentors, women specifically. And because it's also causing karmic debt. So if you felt that you did this in your childhood or in your adulthood, or if not even, then might you did it in your past life. If you're experiencing other people's disrespect towards you, it means you receiving this karma because you did it in your past lives. So you want to resolve this as well. And then the next one is the grief. So how is the grief comes here? Why is the grief is a karmic debt? Because everybody would think like that's the best thing to do when we lose someone, we grieving, right? But what is the universe is teaching you that you need to detach from anything and anyone, basically, and being gratitude and have a higher vibration. Grief is blocking your heart chakra and lowering your vibration, and it's keeping you stuck, basically. So when you lose someone, you need to see it as you celebrate the person's life experiences, then their life achievements, and then basically they go into a better place, than Earth. So they are the lucky ones, actually. So just accept that now you need to live your life without them, and then they are in a good space right now, okay? So grieving doesn't really make any sense in that case, because you're just feeling sorry for yourself, right? Or maybe some people around you who's also connected to that person. So, and the sorrow is also closing your heart chakra. So you're just gonna start making yourself more sick, more, devastated. So I highly recommend, if you have any issues with grief, to start practicing the meditations from my playlist, or you can book a call with me when I can help you to release the grief properly from your unconscious mind, and then you can live a better life for yourself, a happier life, and continue on your life journey more on a better space, more healthy and more fulfilled, basically. Then what is happening with when I said that you have a choice? So if your ancestors or you've done this karma in your past lives, or whatever, then basically it's going to appear to you as a challenge. It's going to trigger you like, okay, there is a situation, people start to gossip. Should I gossip back, or should I actually disconnect myself from these people, or should I remind them that this is a really bad thing what they do? So when you are in a karmic situation, like, oh, should I play with it, allow myself to get into that game, or I stop being mindful and remind myself, oh, this is a karmic call right now here. So if I don't get entertained with it, then I can stop my karmic cycle about this karma. And this was just a very easy one, stopping gossiping, but it could be even more a situation when you get into maybe a love triangle, and then you need to decide that if you're going to fall in love with someone who's married or not, or take that person away from that marriage or not, So this is why I said I'm going to do a video about it. So basically, you have a choice to say, okay, I'm not going to disturb that family. I'm going to actually respect them and know that is a karmic debt, and this is a calling now, and this is telling me, actually, I need to choose the right thing, which is walk away. And so basically, you always will have a choice to, do you want to get involved in the situation or walk away from that situation? If you feel like you are getting angry and you are about to shout on someone, you can stop and breathe and count till 10 and decide, oh, I'm not going to behave like that. I'm going to be cool. I'm just going to explain the situation, and I'm going to be cool, because what I give out energy, that's what comes back. So I want the other person to be also being more calm and peaceful and cool, and then I don't want to create any fight. One more karmic debt, which is really important, and then I left it till the end. This is about fraud, stealing, and dishonorable companionship. So again, you always have a choice who you are hanging around, right? So are those people actually like it? Are those people pulling you into negative actions, or they are actually the same kind, like they carrying the same values and what is good, what is for you, basically? or you want to get involved something which is not good for others, right? And the stealing. So if you are at a situation, you might feel like you want to maybe do something which is scamming others, because you feel like you don't have other choice, because you have no money, and then you are like, oh, well, this is my only choice to get some money, so I'm gonna scam people. Then again, you have a choice. This is a karmic pattern. If you get into that karmic pattern, you're gonna be paid for it again and again and again. But if you actually take the notice of it mindfully and say, oh, so it's a karmic situation now, and then if I get into it and then I actually continue on the negative path, then I will receive negative things. But if I stop here and say, I'm just gonna take a job and I'm gonna work hard and then, maybe make less money than scamming others, but still I know my values and I'm following the right thing. So basically then you stop the karmic cycle and you can actually make a better living or a better space for yourself. Trust me, this is how it goes. So you always have a choice, and be always wise to choose the right thing. Okay, and watch my video about the love situations. Okay, take care, everybody.